Okay, I've got two clutch pedal assemblies here. Two pedal assemblies. That one's automatic, I just pulled out. Standard. So the only differences I've noticed, really only one that I've seen. Take a look. Everything looks the same there. This one's got the pedal in it. Look at the top view. It's got both the mounts there. It's got the mount there. And there. Same one there. Same there. Same tab. Only difference is, looks like you've got one piece welded on for that there. And this one's got for the clutch right there, a switch goes right there. This one doesn't have it welded on. So, in theory, if you're not worried about that switch, which I'm not worried about, then you could really just buy the pedals instead of having to pull the whole bracket out, because it kind of sucked. So, really, if you want the easier method, it's only 2 bolts to take the pedals out, swap out the pedals. Here's the other brake pedal, which should still, see, fits right in there. But I'm going to put this one in just because I don't know. Okay, that's it. Okay, I just realized I was wrong about those things. I missed these bolts right here. Took it out for the slave cylinder. They're built into that one, so there's a big difference. You could still get away with it and just add bolts instead of having this. So all you'd have to do is just drill those holes and put a bolt, so it's not too big a deal, but just another thing to point out. Okay, since the holes weren't pre-drilled, I made these markings since I should have drilled it from the inside when the other bracket was in there, but I didn't know. So anyway, I marked those holes for measuring from the other one over here, and we'll see how it goes. So that's what I'm about to drill right now with this bit right here. Let's see what happens. Okay, here's the bit I used to drill that. Not quite big enough. So, next step is to get one of these. And then the drill went out, like so. Then come inside here. There's your hole. Now let's see if our piece fits. There we go. No. See, little rubber things. So we gotta waller it a little more. Okay, let's see how close we are. Looks like it's pretty close. Let's check out here again. Well, not big enough, but basically you get the gist of it. So, just another method of getting that hole bigger. Okay, bye. Okay, we got some bolts. Supposedly the bolts were the same, but once again they're not. So there's the manual one. If I had this one in, it'd be out too far and be hitting the shank right there. So I'm tapping it. I'm gonna cut it off the same length as this one. So I have one of these and one of these. So just so you know, the top bell house bolts are different so far. If there's any other differences, I'll let you know. Alright, just pulled that out. Turns out the bolts are the same because these are the bolts I bought from a guy, and these are the ones I just pulled out. And I saw him pull the bolts out of the flywheel, so I know they're the same. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and go with mine since they came out of here. I don't know why they're the same, because there's a lot of difference in thickness there, but who knows. So don't forget your pilot bearing. I'll show you what I'm going to do for that. Here's what you're going to see when you're ready to start. So I'll just put this guy right in there, pound it in like that with a socket, and you should be good. Alright. Okay, I just figured out why they're the same. I found this guy up in there. It was right around here, so don't forget it. That's why they're the same size. I just put the spacer so they can use the same bolt. So pull that off, and we should be able to get the other thing in there. Flywheel. Okay, here we go with the flywheel put in, clutch. This pinch you will slide in freely. See that? The better that goes in, the better Tranny's gonna go in. Make sure you Loctite those bolts and the ones inside on the flywheel. And that's about it. We're ready to stab it here in a few minutes. Hopefully everything else goes good. Okay. Okay. Here's the W55 out of a 94 Toyota. Should look just like this. I put a new seal back here so we get no leaks. This cover comes right off and it makes the seal easy to get off. Just knock this off with a hammer. Oh yeah, I gotta change that out to the manual one. So I forgot about that. This thing should go like this. So that's what it should look like, in case you're wondering. Okay, we're gonna go over some of today's screw-ups so far. Here's what happened. I assumed that just because it's a W55, it would fit any 84 to 95 motor. Well, the bell housing is the same, turns out. The difference is something inside here. I don't know exactly what, but I do know this is completely different here. This is the right one, but the other one I got doesn't have spring deals, wire on it or nothing like that. The difference with the clutch is, this is the new one, the right one. The other one's about a ½ inch taller. So when I went to go put this transmission in, it was about a ½ inch away from bolting up because the clutch is different. So make sure if you've got an 84 to 88, you get that. Wait, no, it's the transmission that matters. I have an 88. This transmission came out of an 89 basically to 95. That's the difference. So order the clutch for the year of the transmission. So the difference is something in there. Also, a way you'll notice, I've learned too, is this thing will basically be backwards, and this thing just slides in and turns out, whereas the other one will have 4 small bolts up top. So it'll look different than this, and it'll be the other way. So the tail housing is different, and something in the front of the motor. So that's how you notice the difference. And I couldn't figure out how to get this sensor out of here, so I'm gonna have to find a way to make that electrical sensor work for instead of a gear sensor. So I may have to get a new speedometer. I couldn't get it out. I don't know. So, and this doesn't matter. It's the same flywheel, 84 to 95. So it doesn't matter. Clutch matters for the year of the transmission. And that's it for now. If I get any more mistakes, I'll let you know. Okay, here we are. About to drill the hole for the shifter there. So I've already marked the hole from up top, drilled it. Transmission went in pretty easy. Probably the easiest one to put in yet. So here's what I'm going to attempt to cut the hole with this guy right here. I'm pretty good with the grinder, so I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, here's what I left after drilling the hole. So don't forget your rag in there. Let's see how well it fits. Okay, here's what it'll look like. Hold on. Stand by. Okay, so this is what it'll look like if it's a 94, 95. It'll be crooked, have a bunch of bends. 84 to 88 should be straight. And this is all my research. You do your own. This is what I found out. So, there goes that thing. Basically, then you put that clip in there. I haven't put it in yet, but 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. Alright.